Well, a major Australian university last year used artificial intelligence to accuse thousands of its students of cheating with AI. The problem was many of them had done nothing wrong. Audio current affairs reporter Julia Bergin joins me now for the latest. Julia, what happened? How did we get here?
Yeah, that's right. So this all came to a head last year when the Australian Catholic University registered a huge spike in the number of alleged academic infringements, and that's basically where it believes students to have cheated. Things like plagiarism and, at the time, using artificial intelligence, AI. Now, the ABC has seen internal documents which show those numbers to be around 6,000, so 6,000 referrals for academic misconduct, and about 90% of those are related to AI use. It's worth noting that the university says these numbers are, I quote, substantially overstated, but they didn't provide an alternative figure that they believe to be the correct numbers. Now, the reason those numbers are so high is because the university at the time was relying on an AI detector tool so basically an AI program to catch students it believes to be using AI to cheat. But the big problem was that many of those students had done nothing wrong.
Yeah, interesting. So I know that you spoke to a number of ACU students who were falsely accused of using AI to cheat. What have they said about their experiences?
Yeah, that's right. So all of them had really similar stories. It was the end of semester 1, 2024. They're in the thick of exams, placements, graduate job applications. You know, it's a really stressful, really busy time. And they all recall receiving an email from a generic ACU email address titled Academic Integrity Concern. And in that, they're accused of using AI to cheat. One of the students I spoke to was a 22-year-old nursing student called Madeline, and she was juggling all of this in the middle of her final year of her degree when that accusation came through. And it took 6 months for the university to conclude she'd done absolutely nothing wrong. But while it investigated, her academic transcript had a big tag on it that said results withheld. And now you can imagine when you're applying for graduate positions, that is particularly problematic. And for Madeline, she actually missed out. And stories like hers were really common with the students that I spoke to. They all had really similar experiences, and then you go on social media as well, and it is just awash on, you know, ACU student social media pages, awash with students saying things, posting panicked and frustrated messages about, you know, having never used AI before and suddenly being accused of using AI and not knowing what to do, maybe not being able to finish their degree, not getting a graduate job like Madeline. So it was just a really, really stressful and panicked time for a lot of students.
So how has the university responded, and why is the investigation taking the time that it is?
So ACU has acknowledged that a lot of these investigations took longer than it should, but the ABC has also seen letters from the university's complaints, conduct and appeals team in which they maintain that 10 weeks is, I quote, well within the time frame allowed for an academic infringement notice to be issued. And just to flesh that out, that's the difference between when a student submits their assignment to when they are notified that the university suspects them of cheating. And while the university moved very slow, for students, they were expected to move pretty fast. So they were given 2 weeks to basically pull together a whole lot of documentation to prove that they were in fact innocent. So the onus of proof was very much on the student. And that included things like typed and handwritten notes, even private search histories, basically anything that could clear their name. And a lot of students took great issue with this because they said while they were having to provide this, you know, treasure trove of evidence, the university was relying on a single AI-generated document to make an accusation against them. The university has said that any instance where the AI document was the only thing that they used, those cases were immediately dismissed, but that is not what we heard from students. They were still put through this process and made to prove that, you know, what they had done was not right. And yeah, they basically said it was their word against AI.